All right, this is my Wayfair bathroom vanity, and I'm going to be assembling it. I have a few tools right here that I'm going to be putting it together with, and we're just going to check it all out and see what we got to do. Need a little bit of a box cutter. I've already opened it and brought everything inside. Came in two big boxes, one with all these parts. This part here, these, and that right there, along with these. So it's not a lot of parts, but we can go through the instructions. And these are the legs that it came with. Got a little knife and everything to cut that open with. And then I have this as my speedy work. That Milwaukee M12 comes in handy, and then all the bits. Plus a hand screwdriver to do it. A little rubber mallet just in case, and a flashlight. So we're all set. We're gonna do the assembly of it, and these are the models of it. It's supposed to look like that when I get done. So let's see what happens. All the different precautions. It tells you what tools you need and how to care for it. All the screws are all listed here and named, and they are appropriately marked on this little, I guess, a blister pack that you're going to open up as you need things. And we can do it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steps. That's all it's going to take, 16 steps. So I'm going to go ahead and record this as I go through it, putting this thing together, and we're going to see what we actually get out of the deal. Step 1, find panel F and panel G, and then we want to go find cam bolt 1 and the cam part number 3. Then we got to put them together like so. So let's go ahead and see if we can't find panel F and G. Well, first marketing error. They say 1 and 3. There's 1, and I guess C is 3 because there's no 3 here anywhere that I found. So since that's the type of bolt they have in a picture, we're going to assume C is 3. A, B, C. See? 3. And we have G and F. So these two have to go there, and we have to tip it up on end because we got to put that cam bolt in the end right here into this hole right here in G. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get that put together. So we got to screw this into here using hand tools. Just gently get this inserted and screwed in. Not torquing it too much. There we go. And then we just have to set it down like so, as the picture states. And we have to put this cam bolt in here. And supposedly, this will cinch it down. And that's as easy as it gets. All done. Now it says we need 14. And we need O. So there's 14 right there. They do have those marked. And we have to put them in right here. One thing the directions don't really say is how you put it in, but since they're recessed, we're going to assume it has to go this way. And the holes do line up perfectly if it's like this. The photograph is not necessarily as forthcoming, but yeah, these screws are barely going to insert in there. Find the holes, there we go. So we're not putting these on with much. Not much torque going on there. Not much bite. You don't want to do it too hard, but good and firm. And this might fall down if you don't watch what you're doing. Now we have to have K, and we put those little wood dowels in the end that you can see right here in the packaging. But we put those in there. And what we're supposed to do is on C, we have to take and put them in between here. So there's just enough room that I don't think I have to take it apart. I could probably just squeeze it in there. There's enough give. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that for both of these pieces here. Like I said, I think there's just enough give that we can slide these in there. These don't stay in, they're very loose. So expect them to be tight. And there you go, you have those in there. Now as you're putting this thing together, keep these two down at the bottom connected to G. So you want to have these two holes down here so you can connect them to H. H affixes here, goes underneath this one right here, which is F, and then the two dowels go into D. So that's how that pretty much works. So we'll go ahead and slide those in before we start buttoning things up and connecting everything together with these cam bolts. Now you take J and put it across so it looks like this. And you have the cam bolt holes facing up. Pretty much what the directions have showing also. And you'll utilize two of these wood dowels because you got to put one right here. And the cam bolt goes here. So there's a wood dowel right here and then a cam bolt. So I can show you. See how the wood dowel's right there. So the cam bolts will pull it together. So let's pull it all together. We're getting done with step 3 of the process here. So go ahead and lock these cam bolts in. That's how it works. There you go. I'm not going to say that that one's going in all that good. For whatever reason, it's popping up a little bit. Must be just how they made it. That's pretty much it. Got this cam bolt here. I'm not really impressed with how tight these things are sitting, but it is what it is. They're not sitting very tight. Now, looking at it, this is the bottom. So let's go back on this side. And we have J at the bottom. The shelves are on here, sink is up here, and the door is right here. So we put this top part here. This is J that goes down here, and that's how it's supposed to be in there, I guess. So we'll put the cam bolts in there with the wood dowels. And then this section right here is J, and it's the wider one. And what it has is two wood dowels and a cam bolt that you'll have to do from underneath. So we'll go ahead and get this all hooked up, and then we should have something that's semi-solid that won't fall over, with the exception of this centerpiece. It's pretty loose. Really not much holding it together yet. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but hopefully we get to the part where I can actually stand it up. These are apparently the last two cam bolts. There we go. That one in. Now we just got to get this one in here. There we go. There. I'm going to say not the sturdiest thing in the world so far. Don't know if we need to add glue or what, but let's go to the next step. Well, now we're going to put E on there. As you see, E, and it needs number 16 and number 4. I already got number 4, marked number 4, but I had to count the alphabet to get to number 16, which is P. So we need these 4 right here. And we're going to bolt them up to the back, which happens to be this one, E. So we're going to go ahead and position that in there and get a few screws started and get things going. In order to facilitate this, I turned it upside down and put the top on to help gravity with it, because doing it on its side just wasn't going to work. So having it upside down is definitely a benefit to get everything lined up. So we can go ahead and we can start finding the screw holes, which was pretty simple. Get that one in there, get this one hand started, and then we hand start all the other ones here. We see where we have to put these big ones. They're all at the ends. That's where we put them, because there's only 4 right down here at the ends. So one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. We'll go ahead and tighten these up. Notice I'm going sort of a crisscross here. Hopefully that helps square things up a bit. There we have it. Now we take our bolts, which are 5, 6, and 7, according to the directions. Yep, 5, 6, and 7. This is 5. This is 7. And this little lock washing is number 6. So we put the locking washer in first. And we put the washer on. And then we put it into the pre-fitted part of the leg, and we just tighten her up. There you go. And that's how you do the legs. So do it 4 times. Interesting note, if you're looking for L, remember to read the fine print. This was underneath the marble top. So read the directions. I had to go looking for it, called, and they said, hey, it's under the marble top. There it was. So remember to go looking for it and unpack everything because it is under the marble top. Got it? So let's put it together. Now we need number 15. So we're going to go and find number 15, wherever those are. And what are number 15s? Number 15. That be O or M? Well, O is, of course, number 15. Don't you love how they mark everything? It's like an afterthought. They changed what they're doing halfway, and now you can't make heads or tails, but you need 15 out of the 21 that they give you, so maybe you're going to use these someplace else. But anyway, O or 15, whichever one you find out it is. This thing works pretty good. Adjust it so it doesn't over tighten, so you get them just right without stripping everything out. There you go. Got it all done. 2 screws left. So, got all the screws in there. Everything's done. Doesn't quite fit at the bottom though. But that's the way it is. Let's move on to the next step. Now we got to do these. That's right. Do them on the front, number 9, and then whatever number it is, 8. The door handles. So we're going to go ahead and put those on. This is pretty simple. That's all you got to do with that. Now it's time to do the door. That's right. That's the door. We got to do the door hinges. So we need part 12, which are the hinges, and we need part M or 13, which are the screws. So we got the 4 screws here. Let's just put the hinges in and screw them in. Should be all it takes. Get the screws started here first. Don't put them all the way down. Want to get things lined up as good as you can. You have to lift it up just a bit because it seems to line up better if you lift it up. So just put your finger under it a bit. And it seems to line the hole that's pre-drilled up a little bit easier. There you go. Don't go full grill on this stuff. Now we'll do the next one. And since I already got one done, it seems like it's wanting to line up a little better. So it's sort of up off the floor, I guess you could say, or up off the edge. Yeah, definitely lining up better. There you go. Nice and tight. All set. There you go. Have it. Got it all in there. Screws pretty much follow the pilot holes, and you shouldn't have any problem getting this to really pretty much line up. And that's all you have to do. So, soft close, all set. Pretty good deal there. Now we have to have S, which is the end, and then Q and R for the drawers. And then we got to take and put P on there, or T, which is the bottom of the drawer. And we have to use the screws, which are 10. It looks like, yes, 10. And then also some 11s. 11s for the sides, 10 for the back. So let's go ahead and put them together. And the 10s are essentially cam bolts. Small mini cam bolts. I guess that's what they are right there. So we got to put those in so the screws right here can grab a hold of these small cam bolts. So that's probably going to be these screws right here, which are the 11s. So let's start putting all that together. Now you take R and S and P and Q, and you put them together using these little cam bolts right here. Take those along with the number 11 screws, put the cam bolts in, tighten them up. And what I do, you got to make sure you have this as the back. This is the back piece. You want the open end at the back piece. Makes it easier for you because that's the closed end. That's where the front is. The front goes on here. Now you put the screws in the holes, but you put the cam bolts in here and you tighten them up. Now I do 3 sides, just like I got right here. I'll do this side, and then I'll slide panel L into it, and then I'll bolt up panel P to the front, and then we'll be all set. Now, like I said, you just take it, slide it right into the slots here. That's all you got to do. It's hard to do it one-handed. And then, once you get it in there, just slide it all the way in. It's hard to do with one hand. There you go. You want to have a little bit of a lip left over there. And right here. And then we can slide this one in here once we get the cam bolts in there. Now we got the second drawer done. There's 3 drawers, so this is the second one. And we're going to go ahead and put the knob on there and then slide her into place. All put together. You can adjust the rails if you have a problem with them fitting right, so you can just adjust these side rails right here up and down to make the drawer higher or lower depending if anything's catching. There we have it. Nice and easy. Everything slides in. Working fantastic. All we got to do is put the top on, I think. I think we pretty much got everything done. Drawers are in. They're adjusted. Now we just got to put the top on it. But we'll do that once we get it in the bathroom because we got to put the backing on it after we get the top on. Now it's time to mock all this up. Got this Delta faucet that is going to be put and installed into the sink. And the plumber's here, and he's going to fix that up. And after he's done getting that all mocked up and everything installed here for this vanity, I will then fix all the holes, give it a good cover of paint. Once I get done with the drywall, then we should be good to go. and we can get it installed. I don't know. Which way is off?
The handles are straight up, they're on.
Okay, they're not straight up.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we don't have water fountain going on. We'll see. He's gonna turn the water on. Waiting. 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 Water's on. No leak. And he put the quarter turn valves on. Yay, something I can deal with. Quarter turn on, quarter turn off. No more twist and shout. But not seeing any leaks. So I'm going to say we're probably in good shape. Just trying to get the plumbing put in. And then we'll go ahead and hopefully test it and see if it actually works. Got the faucet in, handles, everything else starting to make its way, but this is pretty much it. Some finalized things that I need to do, hook up the plumbing in the back, but you know, I got to finish up the bathroom, finish this wall back here and everything else. So we just got it mocked in, everything's hooked up, ready to go. And this is pretty much it, folks. This is how you can install and put your vanity in the bathroom and basically get her all done. It's going to look nice. I still have the backboard piece right here to put in. That's marble, but that'll be at the very end and not really much to it. A couple screws and you're all set. So, but that's the most part of everything that you're dealing with. So hope it helped you a little bit. And this is what I went through doing it. I will say I will have to cut this down a little bit so that the drain pipe will fit, because this is just too high. So I'm going to have to take a saw and cut this down just so the drain pipe will actually fit, because it's just a little bit too low. So I'll have it in and I'll have to cut that down a little bit. So just be aware, you may have to adjust. This is an older house, so it's not a standard height, and that's just something you have to deal with. This is the after, nearing completion. See, I have the drywall pretty much getting almost done. I should finish it today. Then it can be moved into place after I do the flooring. Lots of work to do yet, but this pretty much wraps it up. Just got a little mudding to do and clean up, and then some paint.